Hey Alex here. So I recorded the video and EA released this Ed Reed card as one of the cards coming out tomorrow as the champion 93 overall. He's a right outside linebacker, but he goes into his power up and becomes a strong safety. So it's an interesting thing that they're doing. You can put him at any position, either one of them, right outside linebacker or strong safety. Kind of neat. I like the innovation and changes. I like what they've done the changes with the chemistries this year and add height, speed, that kind of stuff. So I love it. Ed Reed coming tomorrow. Let's get into the rest of the video. Hey guys, here. So we got revealed the limited and the fourth of the 92-93 overalls. It does say limited on Kelsey and then limited on JJ Watt right here. So I think one of these things is supposed to be a champion 92 overall and the other one's supposed to be the limited, but they have them both there. So I'm not entirely sure which one's which. JJ Watt, the issue with both these cards is they're traditionally statted pretty slow, and Travis Kelsey catches the heck out of the ball. He's tall. I have had fumbling problems with him in past Maddens. I don't know how he'll play in this Madden, but I have had that issue with him in the past because his carrying was so low. Of course, we'll see. It's a new Madden. Now a lot of guys are fumbling out there, no matter how many hit sticks you're throwing. And tight ends really do shake off hit sticks pretty well. Obviously, tomorrow will be a Derrick Henry day, and everybody's going to run over that, but JJ Watt, we'll see how good that 91 block shed plays. Probably not great. He's not 300 pounds. His power move, finesse move aren't statted anything crazy high. And the speed, when people are running out there with quarterbacks, almost every single quarterback you'll see is going to be faster than JJ Watt. And then the escape artist guys out there, I see a tough role for JJ in the game right now for how it plays. All right, the thing that I really wanted to talk about today after showing off these cards, going through the reveals, is this interview that Seann Graddy, the executive producer of the franchise, basically, I think he's the new Rex, if I recall. So basically the head of the guy who decides the direction of the game. I want to go through some of the things he talked about with bugs, and it is unfortunate, the way he talked here about some of the bugs. I feel like he answered a lot of these questions, and I'll link this in the description. You can see it yourself, read through it yourself, come to a lot of your own conclusions. But in my opinion, I felt like he answered a lot of things PR-wise, and, that's fine. But, he could have been a little bit more revealing, a little bit more open about those questions, but then been a little bit more about more PR-y, talking about bugs, right? It feels like he did the reverse bad job. Oh, sorry, let me sync that up there for you. But basically, when I talk about, here's the interview's question. When it launched, Madden 22 was quite buggy, even by most generous standards. I'm curious what led to Madden having these issues at launch. I debate a little bit of quite buggy. There's certainly bugs, and I can tell you I'm frustrated with and the team is frustrated. I'm playing an online franchise with 7 other team members as well. They hit a head-to-head bug. But he also talked about there's also bugs that are exposed that very few of our players see, and I get it, right? People pass along the funny bugs that happen 1 out of a million games, but they're clippable moments. They go viral on social media. They're hilarious. Those are the bugs, and in a certain sense, he's right. Those are the bugs that really don't matter. They affect one player. I don't know, when a car is in the middle of your field and your top 3 comes up, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really affect anything. It's a bug. That one time I saw a house on the field one time from one user, but I've never seen that again. That's there, but that's not why Madden sucks, right? Those small 1 out of a million chance bugs, that's you just laugh and move on to the next game. It's the things that repeat themselves game over game, like this patch introducing the freezing of custom your audibles, or you can't move your player, that kind of stuff with the flip glitch, that kind of everything. 6-2 goal line formation is freezing games on Xbox and disconnecting people, desyncing it. That kind of stuff is awful, and they introduced more bugs than they fixed, right? So on one hand, this last patch, it was fine for what it did. It helped contains. It made cloud flats. Purples are playing a little bit better. Obviously, I want purples to change a little bit still with positioning on the field. Reactions are fine right now, I feel like, but positioning is still got a long way to go with coverage. But anyways, he didn't really do a good PR job here, when he talked about bugs, right? And it really pissed a lot of people off because it feels like they're not listening, right? He talks about, I debate a little bit about quite buggy. Madden has, even on launch, cover 2 was unusable. That is quite buggy to me, right? Squads, there's still squad glitches still. It's just there's quite a laundry list of bugs that we've been through this year. So, like, the fact that he got real on this question, it was the wrong one to go for. And you know what? In the end, it's PR. It's a bad answer. Like, they also ask about face of the franchise, and I love this interviewer for doing this. Ask about face of the franchise, get him on record. I want to face of the franchise is the worst thing in Madden right now. They got to get rid of that. They got to get rid of the amount of time and effort they put into face of the franchise. They can make this game so much better if they took that staff, put it on the gameplay, Madden Ultimate Team innovations, that kind of stuff. Franchise is already getting a lot of love with the scouting up that they came out. But like, here they talk about face of the franchise. This is year 3. It's technically year 5. It's year 5. NBA 2K gave up on their face of the franchise mode. The best single player storytelling like studio out there, Telltale Games, collapsed like 4 years ago, right? And Madden's still chugging along off the backs of Ultimate Team and the revenue that we give them, creating these single player awful stories, right? Awful. But because of the way they internally talk and they don't really like, they hear what they say, right? Their bread and butter for years have been team builder, team manager, team owner. That's one bucket, and that's Ultimate Team. That's like the foundation of your franchise. That and franchise mode, literally the 2 pillars. And you're like, oh, that's something. That's core franchise. That's online head-to-head. What face of the franchise is trying to be is the other bucket, which is a single-player campaign mode where you get experience the onboarding NFL and playing a certain position, growing the skill set of your character. You don't do a lot in game in face of the franchise. There's a lot of cutscenes. There's a few different training sessions. That's true, but the amount of juice is not worth the squeeze. The amount of time that goes into motion capturing these things, getting actors, getting dialogue, animating it, that is a ton. And you're like, oh, I guess it's good for like onboarding the youths. Nobody buys this game mode for face of the franchise. If they're young, they'll go out, check out the different game modes. But I guarantee you, nothing in the reviews, nobody out there saying, yep, I buy Madden yearly for face of the franchise. No, it's they want to play a regular franchise. I get it. A first-person story mode is a good idea, but not on rails. Not what you're currently doing in the face of the franchise. So I hate that he's positive about it. I don't know where he's getting this positive feedback from. It's clearly not out there on Metacritic or any of the critical reviews. They all say it's hollow, bland, awful storytelling, awful gameplay, awful everything. The hardcore hate it. The people, I guess, that don't care about Madden, that just want to check out what's in the product, will click, let's start, and let's check it out, right? That's fine, but they're just there for there, right? In the end, when they end up playing the game, like, why do we think Madden sucks? It's the problems with blocking, with zones, with our players acting like idiots out there. That's the stuff you need to focus on. I'm sick of you being so positive about this. Please, end face of the franchise. Allocate those resources. The yard could be significantly better if you had more RPG elements to it. There's so many things that you could do in this game. It just blows my mind. The awful, awful game design that this is. So they've been chipping away and adding to that and improving over time. When we talk to players at scale through our own internal testing, a player-based campaign was typically number one or one of the top 2 ways they wanted to play our game. They wanted to play our game. It's been there for 5 years. What do we want? Not what we wanted. Now we've seen it. Put out that external testing now. Do we like face of the franchise? If I put up a poll on my Twitter right now, 95% is going to say no. Your core pillar audience is going to say no. So it sucks, but this is basically breaking the news to me that they're doing it again next year. And I couldn't be more sad. I really could not be more sad that we're going to get face of the franchise next year. Even 2K has moved on. Madden, please move on. It's game bloat. It's awful. Do you see it as a kind of casual-oriented mode that functions as a bit of a tutorial for the rest of the game? I actually do. I think we find that newer players tend to go into that mode. Man, I hate it. I hate it. They open up the tube belt to the action game, then over 10, 20 hours in. Dude, is face of the franchise 10 hours long? Is it 10 hours long? Is it 5 hours long? Is it half that? Yeah, okay. 50 hours, then you have the entire... Okay, I hate it. I'm done. I'm sick of recording. I hate this. I would read it all if I were you guys. I'm not going to go through everything that he talked about here. I would love to do an interview with Seann Graddy. I would love to talk to him about Madden. It sucks. Rex was super open. I want to talk to Seann about this stuff too. So if he's watching this, please. I follow you. DMs are open. Please. I tweeted. You still ain't calling. That's it for the video, though. Please like, please sub. Give me your thoughts on the most feared cards coming. I don't know which one's gonna be the limited. I would assume it's gonna be JJ though. There's something else I may have wanted to mention about most feared, but we'll get it tomorrow on stream, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll be there probably a little bit earlier, actually, a little earlier than that. So most feared white polo day tomorrow. Please like, please sub. It's free. Helps out the channel a ton. We're going for 100K this year, guys. We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. See you tomorrow.